You might have seen me in your nightmares. Hello, I am the Pale Lady. There was a boy named Charlie who had a dream of a red room in his dream. A woman with a pale face, black eyes, and long black hair slipped silently into his room.
She leaned over and whispered, "This is an evil place."
Charlie did not listen to this warning, and later found himself in the red room. He saw me stepping towards him, reaching for a hug. He turned around and ran the other direction down the hallway, but saw me stepping towards him that way too. I just wanted to give him a hug. Charlie kept looking for a way out, but no matter where he went, there I was, getting closer and closer, until finally, he had nowhere left to go. I grabbed onto him to embrace him and absorbed him into my stomach.
I made myself the boogeyman of New York City. Hello, my name is Andre Rand, also known as Cropsy. Parents in Staten Island have been telling the scary tale of Cropsy for ages, saying he is a homicidal maniac who escaped from a mental asylum to kidnap children and drag them underneath the abandoned Seaview Hospital to unalive them. I decided to become the real Cropsy. I was a janitor in the 1970s at the very rundown Willowbrook State School for children with intellectual disabilities. These children were all victims of abuse and were being experimented on in the school, many of them not surviving. In 1972, a 12-year-old girl from the school disappeared, and it took a month before they discovered her body in a shallow grave on the school property. They traced it back to me and found out I was connected to the disappearance of 4 other children. But the locations of their bodies was never found, and the school was shut down. I am still serving my sentence today, but the spirits of those children haunt the school. Beware.
Passed away trying to put a TV in my stomach.
My name is Poe. I am one of the Teletubbies. Before all the sunshine and happiness, there was darkness and loneliness. We were 4 children, stuck living in a Bulgarian mental facility they called La La Land, where psychotic children were secretly being experimented on. They isolated the 4 of us into our own dark rooms.
Lala, the yellow Teletubby, was a child with a facial disfigurement, making her face stuck in a smile. Dipsy, the green tabby, was a malnourished child that was constantly sick. Tinky Winky, the purple tabby, was a deaf child who got tied to a fence and suffered frostbite. And me, Poe, I fell into a fire when I was young. Our only source of comfort in our facility was the little television in our rooms.
But as part of an experiment, they told us they were going to take them away. We couldn't bear losing them, so we came up with the idea to try and hide them in our stomach.
But they were too big to swallow, so we attempted to cut a pathway for them in our stomach and put the television inside, which costed us our life.
I was forced to stay awake for 30 days straight. They called it the Russian sleep experiment. They put 5 of us into a room and released a gas that made it impossible to sleep to see what would happen if a human stayed awake for 30 days. We were all captured war prisoners and were promised freedom if we could complete the experiment. From day 1 to 5, everything was normal, but we quickly became irritable. But on day 9, things took a turn. We started screaming uncontrollably until our vocal cords gave out. Day 10, we smeared our own feces over the window so no one could see inside. By day 15, they needed to know what was happening inside, so they turned off the gas and opened the door. But they were not ready for what was inside. We had all torn up our own flesh so we could consume our own bodies. But somehow we were still alive. We begged them to turn the gas back on, knowing that when we finally fell asleep we would never wake up, but they refused to help. So we fell asleep, and we never got our freedom back. Remember us, remember our torment.
I am the reason so many people go missing in Yosemite National Park. Hello, my name is Urban. I am the Grouse Lake ghost of Yosemite. A long time ago I lived with my tribe inside the modern-day park, and one day I decided to take a swim in a nearby lake called Grouse Lake. But I went too deep and started to go under the water. I screamed and screamed, but no one came to help, and I eventually gave up and let myself go under. But I never left to the spirit world. I keep trying to call for help, but no one ever comes to help me. The tribe began to warn people to stay away from the lake, which made me angry. So now I call out and wait for someone to come look for me. But when they get close enough, I grab their ankle and drag them deep under the water, never to be seen again. So if you ever find yourself in Yosemite National Park, make sure to remember